This podcast is brought to you by the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Jalal Abdallah Law, and powered by Got Key'd Realty. Welcome to ChamberCast with Kelli and Saif, a look at the people, places, and events in our community, brought to you by the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce.
Welcome to ChamberCast with Kelli and Saif, and I'm here at Got Key'd. I'm here with my man Ali and Kareem. Ali, how you doing, man?
How are you?
Doing all right?
Thank you for coming.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Kareem, how are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate you guys coming out, giving us some of your time.
Absolutely. We're thrilled to be here. First of all, Ali goes by Keys. So, and now you know why Got Key'd is called Got Key'd. Is that correct?
It evolved over time, yes.
Okay, so I need to know, well, first of all, the business is very close to where the chamber is.
It is.
It's right on Garrison, and it's in a beautiful new space. When I walked in, I'm like, oh my gosh. The colors, the decor, yes, absolutely. High end, I mean, absolutely gorgeous. So you'll have to come and just see the inside of the building. But can you give us, I want to know how you got named Keys, number one, and how you started this business. I know that's probably gonna take a long time to tell me, but I'd love to know the whole story.
Yeah, no, for sure, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
It's just to kind of break things down into a nutshell.
Please.
When I actually, in 2015, before I got licensed, I was working on my tests and all the prereqs and whatnot. And as I was, before I took my actual state exam, I sat back and said, well, how am I going to differentiate myself from the rest of the population that's out there selling real estate?
Yep.
So I started coming up with a few slogans. My wife was, listening in, saying, well, I don't like this one. I like this one. She was judging the things that I was saying, and I said, you know what? Looking for your house keys, I got them. The common theme here is everyone loses their keys, and I wanted to be the finder of the keys. So I said, why don't we go by looking for your house keys, I got them as one of my slogans, and I'm just Ali Beydoun at the time. And as I got into the business and started to progress, a local broker, goes by the name of Eddie Malad, called me Ali Keys. He's a broker at Remax. He said, your keys, Ali Keys. And then from there on, everyone started calling me Ali Keys, and it just transitioned.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
What is the difference between a broker, an agent, and a realtor? Like, is there differences in all of those? I don't know. What's a broker do?
So definitely. So let's just start with real estate agent and then realtor. The difference between the two is a real estate agent is a salesperson that's not governed by a board.
Okay.
When you become governed by a board, like Dabber, for example, Dearborn Board of Realtors, that's when you become a realtor. And then a broker, obviously to become a broker, you're gonna have to have some type of education level or 3 years of real estate sales experience before you can actually apply to become a broker. And when you become a broker, now you have agents that are under your name and your responsibility and duty. So you have higher duties and higher responsibilities, and you really have to, make sure that agents are doing things the right way.
Well,
You're a broker now, right? I think, right?
Yep.
So we have a lot of, young people watching this podcast too, and maybe they've seen this and they're like, oh my goodness, I love the vibe of you guys, and that's something that I could do. How would one go about getting, their license or taking the test, or where would they go to do that?
So it's very simple, actually, and
Yeah.
I get this question all the time, and I tell every potential future agent the same thing. It's,
Sure.
how long does it take? I say 40 hours. They say, well, how long does it take me to finish the 40 hours? I say 40 hours. It's a 40-hour process, and once you finish your course, then you can go take the PSI exam, and then you either pass or you fail, and God willing, you'll pass, right?
Yes.
So then they say, well, how long does that take? I say 40 hours plus the PSI exam. Done. So it's a very, very simple, and you can even take it online. Actually, now that we're on the topic, we're actually getting state approval for a school. It's called Got Key'd.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, so we're starting a real
Awesome.
estate school. It's
Awesome.
going to be out really soon, and once it goes live, we have a title company as well. So we're trying to encompass all types of real estate aspects into our brokerage.
I'm so happy we asked that question. That's fantastic. So will that be something that is in-person learning, or is that going to be
Online.
online?
Yeah.
It's all online. That's fantastic.
Yep.
You can do it from home.
Yep.
40 hours, take the test, and
Yep.
there
It's
it is.
very simple,
Wow, I do love that you have this business, but you're growing it in different avenues.
Yeah, we are all encompassing and growing. Kareem's helping a lot. I mean,
Absolutely.
without the help of my partnerships here and all of our admin staff, it's impossible to literally get all that taken care of.
You couldn't do that
There's no
all
way.
by yourself, and you're a good person to be doing it. So,
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For the viewers, when it comes to studying and whatnot, what's the best practice that you would suggest? for
Don't
somebody-
tell anyone.
Don't tell anybody?
Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone what you're.
Don't
gonna
tell
be-
anyone that you're trying to become a real estate agent. Don't tell anyone
Why?
that you're studying or taking your exam. The first thing that I hear from potential agents is that everyone said it was so hard. They're innately putting the negativity in them and the learned helplessness that it's hard.
There we
It's
go.
like, it's not hard, really. It's really not hard. It's as hard as you make it. But if you're hearing everyone telling you it's hard and don't do it, then you're not going to do it.
Your
So
mindset.
Don't
It's
tell
your
anyone.
mindset,
It's
yeah.
your mindset. I took it. Nobody had an idea, a clue. They were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They seen a headshot on social media and said, this guy's a real estate agent. Don't tell anyone.
Don't. I
I'm
love
gonna do that to you guys.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you guys. You see it. You're gonna see a headshot.
Wait for his new headshots with the keys.
Educate,
Oh,
yeah.
there we go.
You're gonna study at
Key.
Educate, take the picture.
Safe with keys.
So Ali, you guys sell here, and I say that I like the word we, so I'm gonna say you.
Thank you.
You guys.
Thank you. We already got his mindset going.
There we go.
Abundance.
So you guys, you sell both residential and commercial, right? The other thing is, a lot of folks are talking about, hey, don't buy a house. Don't buy a house. The interest rates are low, high. I mean, how's the market now? That's the
So-
second part of the question.
So this is my favorite line that I tell people. They say, when's the best time to buy a house? I say 5 years ago.
Ah.
See,
Oh.
it's literally, I mean, the people that have been waiting for the rates to drop have become skeletons and are still renting and paid off their landlord's home.
Oh,
Prices
wow.
have trickled upwards. I mean, they've gone up since even post-COVID. Buying a house is always the safest way to put your money. It's the safest place to put your money, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the market in general right now, the way it's going, it's definitely a seller's market. We have low inventory, high demand,
Okay.
right? But the reason why we have low inventory is because a lot of sellers are not selling because they're locked into that low rate, historic low rate during COVID.
Right.
So we're just waiting for equilibrium and the rates to drop a little bit on the buyer's end, so that way it can make sense to someone and say, all right, I'll take it. Because we went from literally like 3% to 8 overnight, right? And doing that, so it was like comparing it to like putting cake in front of a child and saying, nope, you can't have this.
Right.
They were buying homes for
Yeah.
500,000-600,000, and they're like, oh wait, I can only buy a $250,000 home with my interest rate? Really? That's what happened to the market. So we took a little bit of hit with COVID, but
Yeah.
the market's beautiful right now. It's great, and it's only getting better.
Well, you guys do residential and commercial.
Residential and commercial, definitely. We do everything.
That's good. Yeah, well, I did hear that maybe the rates are going to drop, but
They have been trickling down.
Yeah.
And they're not going to go
Slowly.
back to the threes.
No.
Right? But they're still good. I mean,
Right.
rates 20 years ago were 16-17%. You know, so,
Yeah.
I mean, we're still in
Yeah.
a great market. So
Yeah.
yeah,
20 years
definitely.
ago was 16%.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were.
that was horrible. That's
Yeah.
why I'm still in my house.
And that was fun. And people were happy paying that much. They're like, oh really? But definitely the prices
Right.
were a lot less, right?
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah, I mean, waiting for the rate to drop is irrelevant because when the rates drop, there's more demand, more buyers, more competition. You're paying more anyway for the house. You can't rebuy the house, but you can refinance your
You can
rate. So
refinance.
Yeah.
why not do that?
Yeah, you can refi.
Yeah.
That's
Marry the
that's
house,
good.
date the rate.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that. Say it
I wish I
again.
made that up.
Say
but
it again.
Marry the house, date the rate.
Okay, I like it.
You made
I did make that up.
It sounds
actually.
better coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Just say you did it.
You should have
I did it.
said
I
that
did it.
was
That
you.
was all me. Edit that out. I made it.
It's only us and everybody else in Dearborn.
It's okay.
That's good. That's good.
You can correct me. I don't know. I think you have to be like a real estate agent for an amount of time
Yeah, 3
before you
years.
take the broker test.
Yep, that's 3 years.
Yep, that's a requirement from the state.
Yep.
And I'm just curious on like what made you transition from a real to be your own boss.
Yeah, so transitioning into becoming a broker, I don't like to call it my own boss.
Okay.
I like to say we're one unified team.
One unified team.
Every broker should have a vision and a mission that they're guiding their agents in. So I was a team lead for a long time, a rainmaker, running a real estate team. And I learned a lot along the way. And even becoming a broker, it's been a little over a year now. I've been humbled so many times, right? There's a lot more to learn. And with respect to all the brokers that are out there and all my past brokers that I've worked with, you never really know what they're going through until you go through it.
You experience it,
till
yeah.
you experience it. So
Yeah.
definitely a humbling experience and making sure that we're all one unified team. All the agents are doing the right thing, right? And that everyone's representing their clients and giving the best fiduciary duty that they can possibly give to the customer and to the client, and making sure that we teach them the mindset of abundance at the same time, because it's a very nitty-gritty market. It's been a nitty-gritty market for a long time, even after COVID, where people feel like there's that scarcity mindset. My client, my client, my client. There's no such thing as my client. It's our client. You don't own anybody until they sign a document with you, and then they agree for you to represent them in the transaction. But what I like to say is, hey, listen, guys, keep the abundance going. Keep the abundant mindset going. There's a lot out there for everyone. Everyone's going to eat. Just treat everyone with respect and they'll come back to you.
I like that leadership component. You said that, and to be a leader, sometimes when you're down in the brass, they say it. You're not up here. You can't experience what a leader goes through on his day-to-day basis. But now in this role, you're in this role, so you got, you're leading a team of what, about 10, 15 people?
We're at
More?
17 agents.
17.
Wow.
17.
I had no
Small.
idea. That's
We're still growing.
and still growing.
Yeah.
Everyone's working on the same team. You have a good, personality for that. And you too, Kareem, when you came to the office and talked to me, I could feel it from you. I could feel, the positivity, the community. So I just think that you guys, sky's the limit for you, because I do feel like you're very good people and you're doing good things. What made you decide to purchase this building or rent this building right here in downtown Dearborn? Were you looking at other spots? Like, what made you pick this one?
This actually happened by accident. This is our playing field in our backyard, right?
Yeah,
we want to
absolutely,
be here,
right? This is where you need to be.
This is where we need to be. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't go anywhere else. But this is actually a building that's owned by a gentleman that I represented as a client, and he called me and said, I want to put it up for lease, and I put my sign on that glass over there. And it was up there for a while. And every call that I'd receive, I was like, no, you don't need this. You don't want it. I'm like, I want it.
Yeah. This isn't gonna work for you.
No.
Yeah.
So I finally made the jump. I don't know what happened. It was like a snap. And I'm like, I called the landlord and I said, I want the space. He said, I want nobody more than you to have it. And then from there on, it just kind of trickled overnight. It was like an overnight process. These guys were laying out cement and concrete. I'm like,
wow.
Did I just do this? And like, this is happening?
Yeah.
So it just happened overnight, really. I don't know how it happened, but God willing, whenever things are meant to be, they will be.
That's very true. That's crazy though. You're like, oh my goodness, I just really did that. But it's great. And like I said, it's a beautiful building right here in the heart of West Downtown Dearborn. It's lovely. You guys also want to give back. You do a lot of wanting to give back and like entrepreneurship and things like that. And I know that Kareem and I have talked about a program that you're going to be starting.
Yes.
Can you give us a little bit of background on that?
Oh,
yeah,
very
please.
happy to.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we're working on something called Got Key'd, right? This is something to give back to the community. Young entrepreneurs, adults, families getting together. So one thing we talked about was our Got Key'd Biz Battle, right? So this is gonna help attract young entrepreneurs, family members to come in to our event. We're gonna have a sign-up sheet, a sign-up form on our website to get people going. So essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to help young entrepreneurs really get into this business mindset. We wanna start them off young, we wanna help give back to them, help their families get back. So, probably in the beginning, we're gonna start off with something simple, lemonade stand, judge them based off of the taste, cost efficiency, how much things really took to ramp up such. And from there, really, we're hoping to have maybe about 20, 25 contestants.
Okay.
First, second, third prize winners. We're hoping to have the sponsorships that we're gathering to pay maybe first month, second month of rent, mortgage.
That's so nice.
So yeah, this way, we're helping kids get out there, develop this business mindset, and we're helping families really, either be inclined to help their families a little bit more, their kids be more involved,
Sure.
and of course, taking care of that one.
I got a
too much
question.
rent.
I have to say it, even if it's on camera. Okay. What's the deal with? I want to know the last 5 years, I've seen a lot of young Arab Americans from this area get into this field. What's the reason behind that? Why?
Very simple.
I see a bunch of kids in suits running around. I'm just curious because it's just to me it looks like the market is now like saturated. There's a lot of real estate agents, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just curious.
So statistics as of the last 2 years, I haven't really looked into them, were that the first year, 90% of new agents will drop out.
Oh wow.
So 90% will drop out their first year.
Because they don't have you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So they will drop out probably a little over 90%. So you have less than 10% that are actually going to make it
Yeah.
Wow.
in the business for their first year. And then they say it's 3 to survive, 3 years to survive, and 5 to thrive. A lot of those agents that are joining the industry are not sticking around. They're buying their first couple suits and they're never using them again. So it's very unfortunate because I know there's a lot of potential in a lot of these people. What I've noticed lately is that the younger generation does not have any patience.
Yeah.
You know, business takes patience. When I got into the business, I told my wife, listen, I went into this thing, this has been my first week in real estate, and I learned something. She said, well, I said, I can't talk to you for 3 years. We can't go on dinner dates. We can't do anything for 3 years. I said, this business is going to consume my time.
Okay.
So I had to deal with her. I said, listen, I'm going to give you the finer things later. Don't worry. We'll take care of it. Give me 3 years. Let me just work on this. And every morning I was in the office, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was the last guy out. I had a headset on my head, and it was imprinted literally till the next morning because of how many calls I made every single day. So it's not an easy business.
Yeah.
And you're going to be humbled throughout this business. There's so many. I remember one weekend I went out and I went to 5 listing appointments, and I got turned down by all of them. I literally was defeated. I went home and cried. I was so defeated. And I told my wife, I said, you know what, this is fine. I made some mistakes. Let me go back. Give me a minute. Let me figure out what I did wrong. And I just kept going to listing appointments, and I kept getting declined. Finally, I went to one listing appointment where it was I didn't care. I'm like, I'm just gonna go in with the option of failing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I took that mindset and I said, this is where I get the abundance mindset. I went in with the option of failing, and the guy's like, I love you, man. Sign right now. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, this is all it is.
Did you cry again? I would have cried.
Tears of joy. For
Yes,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah. So back to your question. I mean, a lot of it's not a saturated market. And listen,
Yeah.
even if it was, you know how many closings are happening every single day?
Yeah.
There's enough business for everyone to eat. Right? There's so much out there, and we need the help. If we were the only real estate professionals in the industry, I'd be overloaded. I don't want that. I don't want all those calls, right?
Yeah.
I would want to take care of people and have enough business to where we're hitting our goals. But there's so much out there for everyone. So definitely.
Yeah. Some people are going the mindset, Kelly, Kareem, and I think that you go into this business, you're going to become a millionaire right away. And you just said the word patience.
Yeah.
Patience is key. You know, it's key.
There you go.
Huh?
No pun intended.
Kareem, I think you've been in the business for about
3 years now.
3 years.
Oh, you hit the
Yeah.
3-year mark.
Yep.
Okay, you're good.
What did you do before?
So I was in corporate.
Okay.
Any corporate job really
That's why
I
he
would
gave you
take.
the corporate stuff.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I left corporate because keys. When I first joined Got Key'd, because of the marketing master you are, I decided I have to get myself out there. And one thing I noticed was, hey, we look too much alike to not be working together and making videos. So I'm like,
Yep.
you know what?
I can go on vacation and he can just replicate.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right?
There you
And
go.
you guys really could. You just have to take the glasses off.
That's
yeah,
it.
just
That's
put
it.
contacts in.
Exactly. But joined him, and I told him, is there anything I can do, like run title, work title? Point of the story is, he's like, if you're gonna be successful, you need to quit corporate.
Ah.
I'm like, okay, say less. So I quit.
That's a big move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
It's
a
is.
risk.
Yeah.
And look, you have to take a risk.
You
Yeah.
don't.
And I wouldn't say that to just anyone. I mean, some people need to stick in their other job and do this part-time because I don't see potential. He's very talented. He's a very talented individual, and I
Thank
see so
you.
much potential. Having your time through another, spending a lot of your energy on another job and then trying to work real estate doesn't work. If
Right.
you're going to do real estate, you're going to have to do it full-time. It's a full-time gig.
Yeah.
Put it all
Yeah.
in. Speaking of doing videos and things like that, you guys are very heavy in marketing like that and
Absolutely.
videos and things like that. And that's fantastic. So they're out there. So do be sure that if you haven't followed them on are you on Facebook or just
Facebook,
Instagram? Facebook, Instagram. You need to follow them. And what's your handles? Do you?
Instagram is thedream_realty, and then Facebook, Kareem Hamze.
There we go.
I wanted to ask on how do you guys, there's a lot of brokers around here. How well do you guys get along with,
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. We have to get along. But they're our partners in the business.
Okay.
Those are our colleagues. So definitely have high respect for other brokers and for their for what they're doing. Everyone has a vision and a mission, and I highly respect them. And definitely, there's no bad blood with any brokers.
Yeah.
We always look out for each other.
So you guys tend to make deals, right?
Yeah, we make deals.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. He might have a client that is looking for a house, and they might come to you and say, "Hey, you might have the house," and that's how Can you give us an example?
So essentially, it's not really about the relationship that I have with the other broker. It's
Okay.
about what we're doing for our clients, right?
Gotcha.
Because if I have a
You're
bad
looking.
relationship
Yeah.
with someone, not even a broker or another agent or whatnot, I'm not doing my full duty to my client because
Yeah.
I should have the PR and the connections and the recognition and the good,
Sure.
basis with other people, so I can get them what they deserve.
Sure.
Keeping a good relationship is not for me; it's for them.
So you are, in Dearborn. I'm sure you do Dearborn and Dearborn Heights, but if I was in Troy and I was looking for something in Troy, could I come to you for that?
We'll be in Troy.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So you anywhere that anyone wants to go,
Anywhere.
you guys can take care of
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or shoot, Northville.
Keys have no limitations.
Not at all.
They open all
They
doors.
open all
Yeah.
doors. I
Just
love
keep
it.
me in the mitten. That's all. We're good.
I love it. In the mitten. Okay, yeah, gotta stay in Michigan.
Yeah.
But anywhere. That's great. I had no idea. I didn't know if there was like boundaries and things like that. So that's good.
All
You
of
guys can
Michigan.
do anything. Okay, sweet, good.
I noticed that there's a lot of team building, like outside of the office. I noticed that you do like dinners and you take your team out and you give them awards.
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
I mean, they deserve it.
Okay.
Really. They work hard, and I try to give back as much as I could to them and show them appreciation. Everyone's busy, and every day to day we're just busy. We're doing stuff where sometimes someone would want to talk to me, and I'd be on the phone, I'd be busy, and I can't give everyone the attention they deserve all the time, and they can't give me the attention they deserve all the time as well, right? So it's a busy, upscale, up-tempo lifestyle.
It's a
that we're living.
fast-paced environment.
It's a very fast-paced environment,
Fast-paced.
so it's good to sit back sometimes throughout the year and just enjoy them.
Yes.
And get back to, and just get to know them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I remember you.
Yeah.
I see you in the office.
Yeah.
Hey, you're actually a good person outside of real estate.
Yeah, exactly.
How you been? Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a reward system for everyone. Humans, by nature, innately like to feel rewarded, right, for the things they do, and that's the pat on the back is very important in the human psyche. So giving back to them is not because I'm trying to brainwash them in any sense. It's really truly because I'm telling them thank you
That's
for what
lovely.
you've done.
That's lovely.
You sure you're not trying to bring?
Sometimes, is this recording?
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to brainwash people? I'm telling you, take this deal because I'm about to make a lot of money.
That's why you're not a realtor.
I know. Hey, you want to know something funny?
Yeah.
This is a true story. So many people come to me, brokers. That's like, Saif, you should become a real estate agent. We'd love to have you. I go and I grab the test and I studied for it. The last 4 years I would study for it on and off, but I never did it.
Really?
What's stopping you though?
I never did it. Listen, he just said something. You have to commit to something.
Okay.
And I don't want to start something and do it like just halfway. I want to be there all the way.
I got you.
And I think it's not fair for myself, not fair for the potential clients that I have. But it's been always a passion of mine. So to be here, I feel like today I'm a real estate agent. So.
You always are. You're part of
You
Got
look
Key'd.
like it.
Yeah,
he's
I feel
got-
good.
he's got
I'm
the
gonna go sell a house today.
You're the boss.
That's
You're the
it.
boss today.
That's it.
I love it.
Do you still plan on getting your license though?
You know what? I don't know. I got so job, work, family, the podcast. It's just I want to make sure I have the right time. I don't. We were talking about this, me and you, Kelly.
We were.
Time is everything.
Yep.
You're the missing key to our keychain, so whenever you're ready, we're here for you.
If me and Kelly do it together,
my
we'll
gosh,
do it.
right?
Me and you go buy and sell houses.
Kelly Keys?
Did we just convert them into real estate agents?
That's it. We're gonna
Sorry,
work.
guys.
You know what?
Find a new
Two new
podcast.
That's
agents.
right.
Yeah.
Kelly Keys. That's
Kelly
what I'm
Keys.
saying,
Oh, I like
right?
that.
Yeah.
Kelly Keys,
That,
there you
that
go.
does work. That does work.
That's it.
Yeah. Let's
Safe
do it.
keys is better though.
Oh,
Yeah.
safe. Oh,
How about-
you just
how about
Mic
safe
drop.
keys.
Mic drop.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Stay safe with Safe and buy a house with Safe.
He's
Oh.
wow. He put some time.
I
into
just
it.
did it.
Wow,
He put
that's
some
it.
time into it.
That's
Oh
it.
my gosh, and then he would have 18 under him.
Yeah.
You would come here.
Welcome to
That'd
the team, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh God, that was good. Okay. So if you do come into this office, which you will, you'll see that there's a gorgeous car right behind us. What's the deal with the car?
So the car was purchased as a toy initially to drive around and enjoy.
Nice.
Then I got the idea to rent it out, so I started renting it out, and then I noticed that people that were renting it were scratching it and not taking care of it.
Yeah, no.
So I said, what can I do with this thing? I don't really want to drive it anymore or put it in my garage or whatnot. So I'm like, why don't I put some decals on it and let the clients have closing cruises after closing.
Oh
man.
my
So that's when we
goodness.
transitioned into just closed, and they're driving around for an hour after closing. And I just put it in the office for the winter, and we take it out during the summertime. So that's,
Can I borrow it in the summer?
you can have it, yeah, definitely. Anytime you want.
You said I can have it?
You can have it.
I can have it.
Just keep my decals and drive around the lot.
I can have
And
it.
don't scratch it. I freaking love that. I love that so much. That's fantastic. So not only do you get a great deal on the house, or how do we know we're getting a good deal? How do we know that you guys are getting the best deal for
Our
us?
names are
Working
on
with
the
Got
contract.
Key'd, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Our names are on the contract. You're
All right.
definitely getting a good deal.
All right, that's wonderful. So you know that you're working the hardest that
Of
you
course.
can for us.
course,
so
always.
that's awesome. And then you get to drive a car when you seal the deal.
You guys know that the chamber's been around historically for years. How many years?
80,
80 years.
81.
Yeah,
81
Yeah,
years.
81 years.
That's
Yep.
older than some trees.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
it's old.
Older than trees, the keys,
Yeah. Yeah.
all of that. But they've been around for years, and there was a kind of a shift and a transition in leadership. Kelly is now the president of the chamber. We have a lot of
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly. We have a lot of new board members, and the chamber's going places. I mean,
Yeah.
and I just want to know what made you guys want to become members and interact with the chamber and with Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will have to name drop if
Okay,
you don't mind.
please.
So it's with a business partner of mine, Mohammed Chindu, Liberty Tax, Michigan Avenue. We're just talking, business strategizing, whatnot. And one thing that we're very big in real estate is networking, right? So Mohammed is very, very big with networking, meeting new people, introducing people to
Absolutely.
others. Great guy. So he told me all about Kelly, told me about what Kelly has to offer, what the chamber has to offer. And say pretty much what you said, kind of like the changes going about, Kelly taking over and such, new board members. So I'm like, okay,
Let's do
what's
it,
a simple
huh?
meeting?
Sure.
Well, let's go try it out. Met Kelly. We were chatting as if we knew each other
Yeah,
for years.
absolutely,
So
yep.
it only made sense. You guys are right down the street.
We are.
We're both here. But most importantly, what I liked is how you guys help the members back.
You were part of our Chamber Choice Awards and Expo
Yes.
that took place in May. Thank you so much for supporting the chamber like that and
course.
being there. And we had a booth for you and
Of course,
things like that.
yes.
So you're able to. So we're super happy to have you there. And then we'll collaborate with you on what you have going on.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll be working together for a very long time.
I hope so.
Right.
Yes.
For a very, very long time.
That's
Patty.
right.
Thank you
That's
so
right.
much.
That's
Seriously.
right. It's a joy to have you as
Yeah.
members. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you for
Isn't it
having us.
awesome to have Kelly around?
Both of you.
Oh,
right?
Kelly's
yeah,
an
both.
amazing
Isn't it
I
awesome?
love all of you.
Yeah.
I mean, Saif is fantastic. Yeah.
I'm blessed that we can, do a podcast like this to empower. I would say you guys are leaders. You guys are
Absolutely.
leaders in this community. Ali, I've known you for years, and we've been friends for years. Kareem, I just had the pleasure to meet you. So I think this is very important. that we're doing this,
Absolutely,
Kelly. So-
absolutely, and I'm excited to get you guys on this, and everyone see what a great job you're doing, and
Absolutely.
that they need to get in touch with you. What is the phone number to call the office?
What's the phone number to the office?
Yeah, I do
So,
it. What's the phone number to the
office
office?
manager?
Yeah, the office
Office
manager.
manager, what's our phone number?
Oh, okay, that's
She can't talk.
What is
Pop
it?
it up.
313 what? 228 5710. 313 228
5710.
5710. It's okay. It's
You
fun.
know what? It'll be right here, right? Our video,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
videographer.
Do the
real
little
quick.
thing
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah. All right, awesome.
1-800 Got Key'd.
Yeah, exactly.
You should
You should try to
look into
yeah.
that.
Gotta look into that for us.
There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah, you do. You should. And then the cape in your office.
The Superman
The
cape.
Superman cape.
So the Superman cape has a story. Years ago, I had a client that was purchasing 2 rental properties, and he said to me, if you can purchase these homes for me at this price, this specific price, I'm buying you a Superman cape. And I said, try me. He said, all right. Guess what happened?
You got it.
I have a cape.
There you
Oh,
go.
He's got
wow,
a cape.
wow.
He's got a cape, and that's so awesome. That's awesome. Do you have kids? Like,
I do have a daughter.
Okay, I
Yep.
wonder if she probably loves that when she goes into
Yeah,
office and
she
sees
thinks
that,
I'm.
right?
She thinks I'm loony. So it's.
Okay.
Why does my father have a Superman cape? I don't know. She doesn't even look at it
Do
anymore.
you put the cape on and get on the roof and
After
jump?
hours, yes.
Thinking you're Superman,
Yes,
and then
yes.
you're like, oh,
Have
no,
you seen those
I'm a
YouTube
real estate
videos
agent.
with those like lights in the sky? That was me.
Yeah.
Actually.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Those weren't UFOs. That was me.
That's keys.
That's funny.
That's
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us
Thank
this
you for
morning.
coming.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you so
Appreciate it.
very
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
having
Very
us
nice.
here.
So much, Kelly.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
This was really fun.
Absolutely.
Let's do this again.
Yeah, I'd love to.
And thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, guys.
ChamberCast with Kelli and Saif is a production of the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce. in conjunction with John Zadikian Multimedia and Visual Ronin Media Productions. The executive producer is John Zadikian. Our theme music was created and performed by Harper Vandenbosch. Comments made by the hosts and guests are reflective of the marketing directives of the Dearborn Area Chamber, as well as those businesses highlighted. No part of this program can be edited, revised, or replayed without formal permission from the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce. For more information about the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce or to be a guest on one of our upcoming podcasts, please contact the Chamber at 313-584-6100 or visit our website, www.dearbornareachamber.org. ChamberCast with Kelli and Saif is copyright 2025. This podcast is brought to you by the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Jalal Abdallah Law, and powered by Got Key'd Realty.